traveling the world for real. I travel it in my mind. I'm fond of visiting distant lands where people are always kind. When I'm sleeping in my bed at night, I wander in my dreams and drift away to South Sea Islands, sun and sparkling streams. 'Cause I'm a mind traveler, I travel anywhere that I please. Yes, I'm a mind traveler, don't care about the mountains or the seas. While others give up traveling when their money's all been spent, I keep on roaming round this world, I'm happy and content. If I don't feel like seeing Spain, I just don't go, that's all. 'Cause I can close my eyes and go to any place at all. 'Cause I'm a mind traveler, I travel anywhere that I please. Yes, I'm a mind traveler, don't care about the mountains or the seas. Others insist on packing bags and getting into a daze. I wonder if they have the strength to enjoy their holidays. I'm tired of gazing at monuments and photographing views. I get fed up with crowded trains and standing in long queues. So I'm a mind traveler, I travel anywhere that I please. Yes, I'm a mind traveler, don't care about the mountains or the seas. So I'm a mind traveler, I travel anywhere that I please. Yes, I'm a mind traveler, don't care about the mountains or the seas. On Sunday afternoons in the middle of July, I like sitting in the sun, just looking at the sky. I like listening to the birds singing in the trees in July.
On cold December mornings, I like walking through the snow. I like watching all the people as off to work they go. I love dozing in a chair without a care in December.
I hate going to work when the sun shines or standing in the rain. I hate queuing at a bus stop or trying to read a paper on a train.
On rainy April days, I just like staying at home. I like reading a book or simply being alone. I like thinking of you and all the things you do in April.
I hate going to work when the sun shines or standing in the rain. I hate queuing at a bus stop or trying to read a paper on a train. Most of all, I like loving you. You're a Sunday afternoon, a December morning too. You're an April day, sunshine in June. If I were you, I wouldn't. 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 If I were you, I wouldn't waste my time. I wouldn't sit here drinking all this wine. If I were you, I'd think about the days to come. If I were you, I wouldn't waste my time. But you're not me, and we never did agree. But just this once, please take my advice. I'd go out on the town if I were you. I'd look around and find somebody new. I wouldn't look at letters and old photographs. I'd go out on the town if I were you. But you're not me, and we never did agree. But just this once, please take my advice. If I were you, I wouldn't sit and cry. I'd realize that all she did was lie. She really wasn't worth the love you gave to her. If I were you, I wouldn't sit and cry. But you're not me, and we never did agree. But just this once, please take my advice. I'd pack my bags and leave if I were you. I'd go and join those people in that queue. I'd catch that bus no matter where it's heading for. I'd pack my bags and leave if I were you. But you're not me, and we never did agree. But just this once, please take my advice. I'm not sad when I remember the things I did when I was younger. Now I'm old, my memories are all I have and all I need. But now I'm home and never want to roam anymore. I've seen so many places, so many people, so many faces. I've traveled far and wide. I've been so sad, I've often cried. But now I'm home and never want to roam anymore. Go back to the places that I've seen and all the people that I've known. I've lain on golden I've breathed the air of tropic lands. I fought the freezing snow in Arctic lands where cold winds blow. But now I'm home and never want to roam anymore. My thoughts go back to the places that I've seen and all the people that I've known. I've heard so many lies, I've seen the sadness in men's eyes. I've been both rich and poor, I've longed for peace when there was war. But now I'm home and never want to roam anymore.
It was 8:30, I'd got up late, I'd burnt my bacon too. I'd hit my head while jumping out of bed and hadn't known what to do. I'd thrown on my clothes in a terrible rush and run out into the rain. But by the time I reached the station you've guessed, I'd missed the city train.
One of those days when nothing went right, just one of those days when try as I might, everything I did simply went wrong, as you can see from the words of my song.
Now when I got to work at 10, they'd all just stopped for tea. The boss had been in a terrible mood, all because of me. I'd done some work the day before with which he didn't agree. So, as I walked in, he shook my hand and said farewell to me.
One of those days when nothing went right, just one of those days when try as I might, everything I did simply went wrong, as you can see from the words of my song.
I'd hardly got to my front door when I realized I'd left my briefcase on my desk with all my keys inside. I'd rung the bell a dozen times when something caught my eye. Oh, a note from my wife which simply said, I'm leaving you, goodbye.
One of those days when nothing went right, just one of those days when try as I might, everything I did simply went wrong, as you can see from the words of my song. One of those days when nothing went right, just one of those days when try as I might, everything I did simply went wrong, as you can see from the words of my song.
Samantha took a look inside her picture book. She turned the pages slowly, one by one, and there before her eyes were dreamy summer skies, whispering softly, come and join the fun. She floated gently on a cloud above the bustling, noisy crowd of people dancing on a village green. Children waved excitedly, they clapped their hands and sang with glee, but it was time for her to leave that scene. So Samantha turned the page, was quickly in an age where knights rode horses, castles were their homes. She stepped into that dream, became King Arthur's queen, dressed in robes of green, rushed anxiously to serve their queen, and guards with lances lined the banquet halls.
But soon that scene had died, and no matter how she tried, she couldn't make the pictures live again. The things that she had seen had only been a dream, a fantasy created by a pen. So sadly she put down the book, but if she'd had just one more look, she might have noticed that the scenes had changed. The village green was dark and bare, the banquet halls, nobody there, but on the throne the ribbon from her hair.
He was born in a land where the people were strong and courageous. He was born at a time when living was rugged and dangerous. He was raised in a town where nobody looked down. He was taken to school, taught to live by the rule, and was sent out to work just as soon as the law would allow. What was his name? Sheriff McGregor. And it's a name still remembered by all. In that hot dusty town where the men were all browner than leather, he was shown how to hunt and to shelter from all kinds of weather. He was taught how to ride, push his feelings aside. He was taught how to shoot, use the knife in his boot, and the people he guarded were comforted by his two guns. What was his name? Sheriff McGregor. And it's a name still remembered by all. One day when the bank was held up and 10,000 was stolen by some men who were led by the infamous bandit Kid Nolan, he was forced to ride out by the crowd's angry shouts, though he knew in his heart he was dead from the start. More than 20 of them, and there was just him and his gun. What was his name? Sheriff McGregor. And it's a name still remembered by all. Though he wasn't supported by any of those he defended, he rode after the bandits, and this is just how it soon ended. He was shot in the fight in the cold morning light, with his gun by his side. He lay there and died. He was brought back to town where a young man stepped out of the crowd. What was his name? Johnny McGregor. And it's a name still remembered by all. What was his name? Johnny McGregor. And it's a name still remembered by all. When I was young, they made me eat and didn't let me choose. They made me eat what was good for me and forced me to wear shoes. When I was 6, they made me learn. They didn't let me play. They made me learn all kinds of things. I never got my way. When I was 12, they made me say that I'd be home by 8. Yes, they allowed me to go out, but not to come home late.
something done, they used to shout for me. Now make and force are words I hate, but I like let and allow. And now I'm forced to end this song. I really don't know how. When I asked you out at work the other day, you said you'd love to have a meal with me. So we decided to meet outside the station at 5, and there I stood waiting for you to arrive. When I phoned, your mother said you'd gone to see a film and wouldn't be back till 9. When I asked if I could phone again that night, she replied that that would be just fine. You should have said no or made an excuse. You could have said you had to wash your hair, but you said you would come and gave me a smile. Now I know you were lying all the while. When I phoned again at 9:30, your father told me that you still weren't there. When I asked him when you would be home, he laughed and said he really didn't care. So here I am, sitting on your fence, playing with your neighbor's ginger cat. Your father's told me twice to leave his flowers alone. Now I can see him picking up the phone. I think he's calling the police, but I don't care. No, I'm not going away. I'm dying to see your face when you come home and hear just what you have to say. Isn't it about time we started to think now? Isn't it about time we all tried to help? Isn't it about time we spoke to our neighbors? I'm sure it's time we did all of these things. It's about time we all got together now. It's about time we all sang the song. It's about time we all got together now. It's about time we all sang the song. Isn't it about time we tried to forgive? Isn't it about time we gave it some thought? Isn't it about time we worked for each other? I'm sure it's time we did all of these things. It's about time we all got together now. It's about time we all sang a song. It's about time we all got together now. It's about time we all sang a song. Isn't it about time we chose the right road? Isn't it about time we told all the world? Isn't it about time we learned to be kind? I'm sure it's time we did all of these things. It's about time we all got together now. It's about time we all sang the song. It's about time we all got together now. It's about time we all sang the song. It's about time we all got together now. It's about time we all sang the song.